Alright, so the app I'm going to be reviewing today is SkyGuide AR, standing for Augmented Reality. This app allows you to look up at the night sky or the day sky or just no sky at all and look at the stars and see what stars you're looking at. You can find stars for each star and planet and nebula. And even more like comets and stuff. They have tons and tons of information about these stars and stuff. You can get notifications for when events and space stations pass by, like events like the solar eclipse that happened earlier this year. You can just have fun exploring. I think this will be a really useful tool in the classroom whenever you're just sparking interest in students who want to pursue astrology or astronomy, or just curious to see what they're seeing in the night sky. Anyways, let's get this thing open. So we open it up, and right now we're on the compass feature, which allows me to look around with my iPad. You can see everything's moving very smoothly. I don't really like this because it doesn't seem to be very trusty, so I'd like to turn the compass off by just scrolling around with my finger, and I can move around and look at all of these. Right now, it's on the current date and time, so this would be the moon placement and everything. So I took this outside not too long ago, and I looked at the moon, and based on what I could see, there wasn't very many stars that I could see, just because it was kind of cloudy and there was some buildings in the way too. But one star that I could see was just this one here. And if you can see, if I click on it, it'll say its name, and I can click on the eye there, and it'll give me all this information about that star. And now I'm not just looking at a little light in the sky, I'm looking at Betelgeuse, or Betelgeuse? Is that Betelgeuse? Yeah. Anyways, now I'm looking at an actual star with a name that people have studied. It's really cool to get to know the stars, I guess. You can see how far it is away. You can see that this one's 490 light years away. For comparison, let's go to Sirius. This one's just 8.6 light years away. And I didn't see this one because it was behind a building or something, but I could see this one here, Rigel, and I could see all of Orion's belt, which I knew it was Orion's belt, but I did not know the names of these stars. So you can learn a lot about these stars. Another way of exploring, obviously you can zoom in and you can look at these stars here, is you can go to the search button here in the bottom right, and you can find any object you want. So let's say we want to go to Jupiter. Oh, it didn't. Hold on. Jupiter. There we go. You can see that it rises in 5 hours and 31 minutes. And right now it's below us. So yeah, we can go right here. I'm clicking on a lot of the moons around Jupiter, but we can keep zooming in. The zoom feature can use some improvement. I'd like to be able to zoom a little bit easier than what it's making it. But anyways, you can find pretty much anything. Another really cool thing that I'll show you is just by scrolling up and down with two fingers, you can edit the star brightness. So as you see, as I go down, brightness of the stars becomes a little bit more realistic. So this would be a bit more like what I'm actually seeing. See, this is a little bit more like what I actually see, but if I want to see the stars that I can't really usually see, I can go like that. Another thing is I can go down here to these 3 lines in the bottom left, and then I can go to time and date, and I can select the time. I'll go to September 25th of 1996, and this was my birthday. And another thing we can do is we can go to the location. We can go to manual location and zoom out of Norman. Let's go down to Texas. So we'll go right down here, right to Waxahachie. And now we can view the stars as they were whenever I was born. Let's take the star brightness down to make it a little bit more like it actually was. This yellow line here is the path of the sun during that time. Yeah, it's really cool. I think this will be very interesting in the classroom, just for students to explore for themselves and generate interest. And one more thing. One thing that's really cool, let's turn this star brightness up a bit, is this top thing here at the top of the screen. We can press the fast forward button, and then you don't really see much difference, but now you can start seeing the stars move. Now they're really moving. You can see everything as it spins around, or as the earth spins, not everything spinning around the earth. Wow. So yeah, and eventually, every now and then you'll see like stuff fly across the sky. Let's see if I can catch anything. You can usually see like comets and space stations just flying across the sky, which is really cool, and you can pause it anytime. So, yeah, that is Sky Guide.